A 24-year-old Kimball man could be facing a maximum of 40 years in prison after pleading no contest to 2 charges following the death of a 7-month-old girl. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, last month in Kimball County District Court, Alexander Romero pleaded no contest to amended charges of negligent child abuse resulting in death and attempted intentional child abuse, both Class 2A felonies. Court records say in March of 2019, the unresponsive infant was brought to Kimball Health Services and died several days later. Romero initially told authorities the child fell off a futon and later changed his story, saying that the infant was injured when he tripped and fell while holding her. Romero stood trial in March, but after more than a week of hearing testimony and being shown evidence, the jury was hung and could not render a verdict. On May 5th, he signed a plea deal for the amended charges and will be back in court on July 7th for his sentencing. He could face a sentence ranging from 0 to 20 years on each charge. Sticking with the courts, as there will be no trial for a former Alliance man who had been facing a charge of attempted first-degree murder. So that stems from an incident that took place on Christmas Eve. 49-year-old Cornell Belt is accused of setting a fire on a home on East 9th Street in Alliance because he thought his roommate was having an affair with his wife. Belt's charges of attempted first-degree murder and child abuse were dismissed after pleading no contest to the remaining charges of first-degree arson, terroristic threats, and third-degree domestic assault. He faces a prison sentence ranging from 1 to 50 years on the arson charge when he is sentenced on July 22nd in Box Butte County District Court. And in the northern Panhandle, the Nebraska Attorney General's office has filed a misdemeanor charge of official misconduct against the Dawes County Sheriff. The complaint filed says Sheriff Carl Daly refused to take in an inmate at the jail last July after the suspect had been arrested by the Nebraska State Patrol on suspicion of first-degree sexual assault and first-degree assault of a Rapid City woman. Daly's attorney tells KNEB News it's very early in the case, and he's looking forward to getting the full story from his client, the state's position, and why the charge was filed, but his client fully intends to plead not guilty. The charge is a Class 2 misdemeanor, which is punishable up to 6 months in jail, a $1,000 fine, or both with no minimum sentence. Well, coming up after the break, Monday saw some record-setting temperatures. Is there any cool down in sight? The Lawyer's got your Tuesday evening forecast right after this on KNEB.TV News.
Local lending. We're here for you from start to finish. Keeping money in our economy, supporting local jobs, giving back to our community, investing in entrepreneurship, making our quiet towns a destination. At Platte Valley Bank, we support local because we are local.
Take your career to the next level with Chadron State College's online Master of Business Administration program, taught by experienced professors who care about your success. The accredited, fully online MBA program is backed by CSC's more than 100 years of education leadership. Flexible 8-week courses let you work at your own pace wherever you are, and CSC's experienced professors are committed to your success. Chadron State College, real people, real results. Join us today at csc.edu.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Well, not too bad at all tonight. We've got some thunderstorms around early here this evening. Some of those could be strong to severe. We'll keep an eye on them for a couple more hours, and then partly cloudy skies as we taper off through the rest of the evening hours. So severe storms around tonight, turning hotter again tomorrow. It's going to stay hot through the rest of the work week. The hottest day right now looks like it's going to be Sunday. Next week, though, we can all take a deep breath. By Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, will be significantly colder. We set a record high yesterday, hit 99. That was 1 degree above our record high previously set in 1940, and a morning low of just 56 yesterday morning. We weren't even that cool this morning. Nothing in the rain gauge. We're in the hole for the month and years. We just started out a new year, or new month rather. You notice the cooler air, and I use cooler loosely. It's still in the 80s, but is pushing this heat, retreating it back to the east. It's 95 in McCook, 90s here in eastern Nebraska, but we have 78 in Laramie and 70s and 80s here in our region, mostly in the 80s. A couple of upper 70s snuck in. Gordon at 79, Lusk at 78, just 75 right now in Cheyenne. Winds out of the east-northeast, 10 to 15, closer to 20 miles an hour at times. Severe weather threat, we've got some tonight. We've here throughout the day when watching this, and the Storm Prediction Center has increased to a slight risk of severe storms here across the Panhandle of Nebraska, the northwestern Panhandle, mainly Sioux County into Bluff County, and then portions to the north and west. A marginal risk elsewhere. Now tomorrow, we push that severe weather threat off to the east of us. It'll be in the eastern half of the Panhandle, and then into central portions of Nebraska is where that pushes to tomorrow. And then even further to the east on Thursday is we continue to have the threat of severe weather looming here, but again, thunderstorm chance is going to go down after tonight. Thunderstorms around early this evening. They kick out and they're gone, and we're going to be dealing with clearing skies overnight. Low's going to fall down. Another mild night tonight, but a little cooler into the upper 50s, mid and upper 50s here across all the region. Now tomorrow, we have partly cloudy skies to start the day, and we're going to get warm again here across the region. Back into the low 90s, it looks like, for most of us tomorrow. A few late day showers try to develop again. Very isolated. I think the highest coverage is going to be tonight, certainly out of the next 7 days, certainly out of the next couple, 3 for sure. But it looks like thunderstorm chance is going to decrease, but they'll still be non-zero as we go through really the rest of the week. Upper 80s and low 90s tomorrow here across the region as we return to hotter conditions. So thunderstorms this evening, some may be severe, down around 58 for a low. They will end, though, fairly early. 91 tomorrow with a stray afternoon thunderstorm possible. Winds at about 10 to 20, and hot is the word of the day as we go in our 7-day forecast. Thursday, low 90s, Friday, low 90s, the mid 90s on Saturday. It's going to be a bit windy Saturday as well. Sunday right now, back up to flirting with 100 again, and then dropping in the 80s to Monday. And how about Tuesday of next week into the low 70s as we get much cooler and hopefully get a break from this prolonged heat that we've had here across the high plains.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
As farmers make plans to return to their fields for spring planting, we urge farmers to be alert to the dangers of working near overhead power lines. Electricity is one of the most overlooked, yet deadly hazards of working on a farm. Beware of increased height when loading and transporting equipment on trailers. Avoid raising the arms of planters or cultivators or raising truck beds near power lines. So let's take extra caution this spring planting season. This message brought to you by
Roosevelt Public Power District, your touch-tone energy partner, the power of human connections.
At TC & More in Scottsbluff, we have toys and puzzles for your children, or they make a great gift. TC & More has craft activities, pretend play toys, and dozens of puzzles and games for all ages. We also have the largest supply of Melissa and Doug toys. And we still carry all of your classroom essentials. Remember to like TC & More on Facebook. TC & More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
Welcome back. Unified Command confirms 5 new COVID-19 cases in the Panhandle, including 1 Garden County female in her 40s and 4 Scottsbluff County residents over 80, including 1 male and 3 females. All were close contacts of a previously positive case. Through Monday evening, the Panhandle has seen 141 positive cases, with 78 of those already recovered. There are still 63 active Panhandle cases, including 58 in Scottsbluff County, 2 in Garden County, and 1 each in Box Butte, Morrill, and Cheyenne counties. Panhandle Public Health District also announcing the following Test Nebraska drive-through testing site details for this week. Tomorrow, testing will be in Chadron from 8 to noon at the Dawes County Fairgrounds. On Thursday, testing will be held at the Alliance Fire Department from 8 to noon, and Scottsbluff will be having testing at the Panhandle Public Health District offices on West 16th Street from 8 to 11, and again from 3 to 6. And this weekend, Oshkosh will have testing on Saturday from 10 to 2 at the City Maintenance Building, and Sunday, testing will be held from 8 to noon at the old Wheat Belt Public Power District building on Illinois Street. People wishing to get tested must fill out the brief assessment at testnebraska.com or by calling 262-5764 if you do not have access to a computer. And the Legacy of the Plains Museum has reopened its doors to all visitors. The museum had closed since March 17th due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Executive Director David Wolf says social distancing and preventative measures have been put into place to help prevent the spread of the virus, and that their biggest concern is the safety of their volunteers, staff, and visitors. Museum staff are encouraging everyone to stay 6 feet apart from others and are requiring masks to be worn. Well, straight ahead, Chabella Guzman will be in with a check-in on Ag News. She'll have that in just 90 seconds.
Yeah, I like to snag a couple crinkle fries before I pass it to the back. It's a dad tax, kiddos, and everyone's got to pay.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leeds Heads.
Home buying is filled with decisions. Neighborhood, floor plan, fenced yard. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home. Home buying is filled with decisions. Square feet, fixer-upper, room to grow. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the FNBO Ag Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
Planting was going on at the UNL Panhandle Research and Extension Center on Tuesday, including a dry bean study. Nevin Lawrence, Nebraska Extension Integrated Weed Management Specialist, said producers are looking at moving to narrowing spaced planting for dry beans.
So traditionally you're going to be growing dry beans on, let's say, a 30-inch row, and we have some farmers in the area now that are moving to 15 inches and maybe even narrower, and that has implications for weed control. And so as you narrow the rows, it gives less room for weeds to emerge.
The study has 4 different row spacings of 7.5, 15, 22, and 30 inches wide. And the dry edible beans are being planted at 50,000, 75,000, 100,000, and 125,000 beans per acre.
And so we're trying to see what the optimal population is for each row spacing, for both yield and yield components like seed size, and also what that has to do with weed control.
Lawrence explained the use of the upright pinto variety.
Yeah, we chose the upright pintos because one of the reason that farmers are narrowing the row spacing is they're hoping to make them easier to harvest. With some of the newer pinto varieties that are a bit more upright architecture, you can just harvest with one pass at the combine, which saves quite a bit of time. And the thought is as you narrow those rows, you're going to get better weed control and also more upright architecture with the plant, and the pods will be a bit higher and they'll be more conducive to that direct harvest.
This is the second year of the study, and with an improved planting method, Lawrence said they should have some good conclusions at the end of the year. In Scottsbluff at the Panhandle Research and Extension Center, I'm Chabella Guzman.
Small business, you're the engine that makes our communities thrive. That's why we're with you, providing more for you, so you can focus on what matters most. Small business, you're the engine that makes our communities thrive. That's why we're with you, providing more for you, so you can earn more, save more, and do more.
Get the incredible power of iPhone SE free from Viera Wireless. It's the most affordable way to experience iPhone, along with our Share More or Unlimited plans. Stay connected to life with all the talk, text, and data you can handle. Now starting as low as $30 a month per line. So make the switch to Viera today at your friendly local store or with our new limited contact takeout service or online at Viera.com. Viera Wireless, where we make you our priority. See full offer details at Viera.com.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gearing, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gearing at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want you to plan for tomorrow while you enjoy today. With our personalized trust and estate planning services, our trust services can help you do just that. When it comes to estate planning, you should seek professional help. And when you do, you should have confidence in the financial institution you choose to handle your trust. At Platte Valley Bank, we pride ourselves in keeping our trust operations local and serving our friends and neighbors. We offer highly personalized, full line of personal trust and estate planning. Give us a call today and see how our trust services can help you.
And finally tonight, walk-in traffic is once again allowed at the Scottsbluff County Administration Building in Gearing, but patrons are being reminded lines could be long as strict social distancing is being enforced inside. County Treasurer Heather Hochschild said word spread quietly ahead of the soft opening, with a steady stream of 20 to 25 patrons inside waiting for services, especially at the auto registration counter. She told county commissioners last night that knowing that they were likely to open this week, her department stopped taking appointments last week.
They are keeping the appointments that were already made because those customers took the time to get those made, and so we are honoring those appointments and taking care of those customers, sometimes in front of people that have been standing in line, but it's because they've been set up before. So we have a couple lines in auto registration that are doing the appointments while everybody else is just doing the walk-in traffic.
Commissioner said the county would be making an official announcement ahead of a June 15th deadline for full services set by the governor, and reminded residents that many services can still be done online in an effort to help maintain social distancing inside the county's buildings. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you here next time.